여러분 안녕하세요. 대한민국 영어 감잡기 프로젝트 데미안과 함께하는 너쉬영북 시간입니다. 이번 시간은 16강 리딩입니다. 50쪽 위에서 네 번째 줄 여기요. nonetheless부터예요. 지난 시간부터는 제가 영어의 감을 잡는 데 특히 도움이 될 것 같은 문장들, 영감문들을 따로 표시해 드리고 있어요. 이번 시간엔 영감문 3개를 선정해서 빨간색으로 표시했습니다. 왜 이게 영감문인지는 독해에서 확인하실 수 있습니다. 자, 그럼 읽어보겠습니다. Nonetheless, my fear was far from conquered, and I was prepared for a long series of terrible wrangles with my enemy. That was why it seemed remarkable that matters took such a calm, such a discreet course. For one day, for two, for a whole week, there was no sound of Chroma's whistle near our house. I hardly dared believe it, and I constantly lay in wait for the moment when suddenly, when least expected, he would reappear. He seemed to have vanished. Mistrusting my new freedom, I refused to believe in it, that is, until I finally ran into Franz Chroma. When he saw me, he flinched, his face twitched, and he turned away so as to avoid meeting me. It was an unprecedented moment for me. My enemy fleeing from me, my devil afraid of me. A thrill of happy surprise overwhelmed me. One day, I ran into Demian again. He was waiting for me in front of school. "Hello," I said. "Good morning, Sinclair. I only wanted to hear how things were going. Chroma isn't bothering you anymore, is he? Is that you are doing? How did you manage it? I don't understand it at all. He's staying away altogether." "That's good. If he should turn up again, I don't think he will, but he's quite ruthless. Just tell him not to forget Max Demian." "But what was the connection? Did you pick a fight and beat him up?" "No, that's not my way of doing things. I merely talked to him as I did to you and was able to make it clear to him that it is to his advantage to leave you alone. You didn't pay him any money, I hope?" "No, that's your method." He evaded all my questions, leaving me with the same uneasy feeling toward him I'd had before. A strange mixture of gratitude and awe, admiration and fear, sympathy and inward resistance. I decided to seek him out and talk at length about all these matters, as well as about the cane business. But it did not happen that way. Gratitude is not a virtue I believe in, and to me it seems hypocritical to expect it from a child. Thus, my total ingratitude toward Max Demian does not astonish me too much. Today, I have no doubt whatever that I would have been sick and ruined for life had he not freed me from Chroma's clutches. Even at that time, I was conscious that this liberation was the greatest experience of my life. But the liberator himself I deserted as soon as he had performed his miracle. As I have said, ingratitude does not surprise me. What does startle me, in retrospect, is my lack of curiosity. How was I able to go on living a single day without trying to come nearer to the secret which Demian had revealed to me? How was it I did not want to hear more about Cain, more about Chroma, more about Demian's ability to read other people's thoughts? It is almost incredible, and yet it was so. I suddenly found myself extricated from a demonic labyrinth. I again saw the world bright and joyful before me, and no longer succumbed to fits of suffocating fear. The spell was broken. I was no longer damned and tormented. I was a schoolboy again, and my whole being sought to regain its peaceful equilibrium as quickly as possible, making a particular effort to repel and forget the ugly, threatening things I had come to know. The whole episode of my guilt and fright slipped from my memory with incredible speed and without apparently leaving any scars or deep impressions behind. However, today I can understand why I strained to forget my Savior so quickly. I fled from the valley of sorrow, my horrible bondage to Cromer, with all the strength at the command of my injured soul, back to where I had been happy and content, back to the lost paradise that was opening up again now, back to the light, untroubled world of mother and father, my sisters, the smell of cleanliness, and the piety of Abel. Already the day after my short talk with Demian, when I was fully convinced at last of having regained my freedom and no longer feared losing in the game, I did what I had wanted to do so often and desperately before. I confessed. I went to my mother, I showed her the damaged piggy bank filled with play money, and I told her for how long I had bound myself through my own guilt to an evil tormentor. She did not understand everything, but she saw my changed expression, heard the change in my tone of voice, and felt that I was cured and had been restored to her. 여러분, 오늘 리딩은 여기까지입니다. 영감문들 여기 빨간색으로 표시된 거 3군데 보이죠? 하나, 여기 2, 3개. 요것들은 독해에서 16항 독해에서 확인해 보시기 바랍니다. 자, 오늘 영상이 여러분이 영어의 감을 잡는 데 도움이 된다면 구독, 좋아요로 알려주세요. 더 좋은 영상을 만드는 데 큰 힘이 될 것입니다. 여러분 감사합니다.